All right, people rolling through. I thought it'd be fun and interesting today to talk about uh, good vegans, bad vegans, and ex-vegans. What the nuances of diet, because it's not as simple as veganism equals good, meat equals bad. Like, nutrition and ethics and sustainability are all extremely nuanced things. So this is an open live stream. Anyone can say absolutely anything, ask me any questions about uh, diet, about ex-veganism, sustainability, bike life, relationships. But I thought it'd be interesting if you did have questions on my perspective on uh, the nuances of diet and examples of a amazing and sustainable vegan diet and some things to shy away from on a vegan diet if you care about ethics and sustainability. And nuances essentially are interesting to me because I think the worst and most polarizing part of this whole uh, tribal, I'm team ex-vegan, I'm team meat, I'm team carnivore, and putting on a label is that some people get so caught up in the label that they lose sight of what is real and what is factual and getting into the science of, what does it take for me to get a banana? What does it take for me to get grass-fed beef or an egg? Like, everything is nuanced. There's a million ways to get an egg. There's a million ways to get a banana, truly. And I think it's interesting to ask questions and talk. Let me make an Insta story real quick. First off, can I get a thumbs up from people in the chat saying that you can hear me and see me well? Because I know yesterday we had some issues with that. Can you guys hear me and see me all right? I'm here in Honduras, in, what's this place called again? I forget. I go to too many places. Choluteca. In Choluteca, and tomorrow I head to Nicaragua. CMC Broadcasting here again. It's been a day of so many live streams. I thought I should come in with mine before I go to bed. Probably keep this one to 30 minutes, but if it gets hyped up in here, we'll go an hour. I'm gonna vape my pen and watch your stream. Charles, I kind of wish I was there with you. Los Angeles, on hitting a vape pen. Sounds kind of nice. Even though I'm happy here in Honduras and I'll get to Nicaragua tomorrow, that sounds fun, man. I would enjoy that with you. But before we get into having an epic stream, I gotta get some questions. I can't just sit here and rant and tell you about my bike life and things. I talk so much on the internet. I gotta be stimulated with questions. So hopefully you guys can provide me with those exciting insights that you would like me to rant on. I'm good at ranting. I just need to be inspired by something. All right, this epic day of live streaming, I thought I should go on. So a few minutes before Maggie and I go to bed, I'm on YouTube right now. Go hit it up. Ask me some questions. Maybe I heard almond milk requires more water to produce than other plant milks. What are your thoughts on this? Is it a really big deal? How can one be the most sustainable vegan while living in a city? Thank you for those questions, and I can't wait to answer them. I'm making this Insta story real quick. Live streaming on YouTube now. So, almond milk and water use. I don't have the numbers on me right now, but what we can all agree on, hopefully, is that dairy milk is the least water efficient of all of the milks. And that is because if you're talking about non-grass-fed milk, and the vast majority of human beings purchasing generic farm milk, and the amount of water, it takes 660 gallons of water to produce a quarter pound of beef. I don't know the calculation for milk, but it's probably something fairly close to that. Upwards of hundreds of gallons of water to create probably just a glass of milk. And that's because if you factor all of the water that is used to grow the crops to feed the animal that you're going to get that milk from, it becomes so water and energy inefficient and land inefficient in order to put plants through animals and then take oh, my audio is glitching. Let's see. Is this better? Can I get a thumbs up? Is the audio a lot better now? Frickin' Honduras, man. Honduras Wi-Fi shit. How is the audio now? I'll wait to keep talking until some people give me a thumbs up. You guys can hear me all right? I was talking about the water use in different plant milks, but first we need to talk about dairy milk, because that is the milk that unfortunately most humans drink, and it is coming mainly from factory farms. Okay, I'm all good. Great. So I don't know when it cut out with the audio, but essentially the very basic concept of this is that when you eat foods that are higher on the food chain, animals, lower on the food chain is plants, obviously. When you take plants to feed animals, that is the most inefficient use of water, land, and energy, calories, because you're burning off and losing so much energy by keeping this animal that you bred into captivity, by the way, alive, that it's so much more efficient to grow plants and then to modify plants to make as food. For instance, plant milks instead of dairy milk. So it takes 660 gallons of water on average to produce a quarter pound of generic beef. It's probably upwards in the multiple of hundreds of gallons when you factor in all the inputs it took to raise that cow in order to get your glass of milk, and even all the glasses of milk that it's going to produce. It's still incredibly water inefficient because you're keeping a cow alive versus keeping a plant alive, which takes much less energy and much less water to get your juice, so to say, out of it. So dairy milk, that's out of the question. And then we go to plant milks, and it is true, there are certain plants that take more water to use than others. I have heard that almonds are kind of high up on that list in terms of water use. There are also plants that use way less water to grow, like oats and even hazelnuts, which those are two plant milk options that are probably more sustainable in terms of water use than almond milk. And oat milk and hazelnut milk are very readily available. You have hemp milk. Hemp is a cannabis plant, is very sustainable, and it's just an amazing plant. You can use it to make rope. You can smoke it, obviously. Charles, CMC Broadcasting, is hitting that vape tonight, inviting me over. Wish I could come, buddy, but I can't. So, and then the question of how can you be the most sustainable vegan in a city? This is so important because something I've been harping on lately is how hypocritical some vegans have been. And it's crazy that I'm the one who's like making these videos criticizing and bringing up bad points about veganism. It's like, where are we in the world where I'm the one doing that? One of the most passionate vegans. I'm so passionate about veganism. I think generally speaking, it is just way better than most meat eaters' diet, but I'm open to admitting that there are some meat eaters probably not living in a city and probably living a very rural life who can be more sustainable than plant eaters. But generally speaking, here are some concepts of how to be a way more sustainable and ethical vegan in a city. Find a farmer's market. That's the first and foremost thing that you can do, because industrial food is inherently killing more animals and worse for the environment. It's using pesticides on all levels. It's going to kill more animals in terms of the harvesting of those plants. Eating small scale and locally, number one, is going to be the best. So find your farmer's market. Next is to grow some of your own food. Even making little changes, like you can grow sprouts and basil and herbs no matter where you live on your windowsill. Imagine if you could eat most of your greens from sunflower sprouts that you can grow so easily and very quickly in your house, and that can be the majority of your raw greens. And then you can grow herbs as well, and that's contributing less to industrial farming, and that's awesome. Um, and then, in terms of probably the worst plant foods for the environment, essentially the higher process you get, the worse it's going to be. If something has a million ingredients and it has palm oil in it, which is deforesting so much land in tropical regions, which is definitely displacing and killing wild animals. So, reducing the amount of palm oil in your diet and eating more whole foods versus processed foods is going to be so much better for the environment. And then simple things like public transportation. I mean, even beyond the fact that you kill animals when you drive and sentient beings, because of bugs and stuff are sentient beings, even beyond that, like gasoline, using less gasoline. Imagine what it takes to blow up a frickin' mountain or underground to frack to get gasoline. Think about the animals that are killed in that process. So it's like basic elements. Go to farmers markets, try to grow some of your own food, eat whole foods versus processed foods, use less gas. All those things can make a significant impact on the less amount of sentient beings that you are harming. So those are just some things to start thinking about. Hey Jackson, you're so cool, make me smile. Thank you so much, Lindsay. By the way, I'll say it now as people are rolling in. A few things that I want to say. One, if you're interested in hanging out with me this summer in my retreat, my first retreat that Maggie and I are hosting, it is an Airbnb with air conditioning, Wi-Fi. You got your own bed. It's a nice Airbnb with a private pool on the beach in Costa Rica, and it is 10 people. It's halfway sold out, so there's still 5 or 6 spots available, and it's August 4th through 10th. You have to fly yourself to San Jose, Costa Rica, and then from there, I got everything covered. You don't have to spend a penny. I will pick you up, drive you to the Airbnb. All the food is provided, all the accommodation, and it's $600 for that whole week. So it's essentially $100 a day to have an amazing vacation where I'm going to lead you in yoga classes, meditation. We're going to eat the healthiest food. We're going to feel so high vibe. You're staying in an air-conditioned Airbnb with a private pool and Wi-Fi, and the meals all cooked and provided. I have a surprise co-host of a vegan YouTuber and podcaster who I love, who is going to be co-hosting it. And once it sells out, I'm going to announce who that is. And that's for $100 a day to have one of the most like mindful, healthiest vacations and just have a great time. And I think it's a pretty good deal. So if you want to do that this summer, all that is on plantriotic.com/shop, the shop page of my website, and you can apply and then buy it from there. And then I'm hosting Banana Island, which is an online community support group where it starts May 18th, so in like 2 or 3 weeks, where we only eat bananas for 7 days. And we meet, it's 12 people max, and we meet on Skype every single night for an hour to support each other in our Banana Island experience. Why do Banana Island? You're going to have better digestion. You're going to feel incredible health-wise. It's the easiest food prep ever, not having to worry about cooking or cleaning or anything. You're just eating bananas or blending bananas. Frozen bananas are fine too. You probably will lose some weight if you want to do weight loss, and it's really for a lot of people who want to get rid of binge eating addictions, or you're just like emotionally eating junk food. It's a way to cleanse your palate and treat food as fuel rather than an emotional response. So again, plantriotic.com shop page, or search Banana Island on my YouTube channel and you'll see reasons for why to do Banana Island. So those are the two things I want to promote and just let you guys know. It's all on the shop page of plantriotic.com. Okay, back to questions. And then the last thing, for the super chats here, I love talking to you guys. It's a benefit that I get through small donations. I can continue to support my channel and support my travels with Maggie. So a new thing I'm going to try out tonight. I've done this in the past, and it's really fun for me because I like to freestyle rap, but it's super cringy, and I'm sometimes good and sometimes terrible. If you give me a super chat of anything from $1 or more, I will do a like 30-second or whatever little freestyle rap rhyme with whatever username or name that comes up. It's going to be goofy. You guys are going to laugh at me. I'll laugh. I like to be vulnerable and creative, so it works for me, and hopefully it incentivizes you guys to throw me $1 or $2 for spending all this time answering questions with you guys, which I love, but you know the drill. It helps on the bike life. Where's the family you're staying with? So I'm currently staying with a dude named Douglas right now, and he is out visiting his daughter, who I guess for some reason doesn't live in his house. Maybe he's separated with his partner or something, or maybe she lives with the grandparents. I don't know. But he's a young, cool guy, and this is his house. I'm couch surfing through the couch surfing app. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's how you can get connected with locals and stay in places for free. And he runs an electronics repair shop out of his house. That's the street right there. And I'm sleeping in the hammock in his living room. And then tomorrow, Maggie and I head to the border of Nicaragua, cross into Nicaragua. Can you believe it? I have biked 11,000 miles from Alaska to Nicaragua, 100% vegan, spreading the vegan message to small communities around Central America. It's been epic. But yeah, they're not here tonight. Or he was here. We've been hanging out all day, but he just left to go visit his daughter. Bottom line, Durian Rider was right again. About what? I put cream Bach. What? CMC Charles says I put cream back in my diet and feel a lot less anxious. Okay, that's completely anecdotal. I'm not anxious at all. I'm a chill ass person and I eat a low fat diet. So if you really want to correlate cream into your diet as anxiety relief, I don't know anything to prove that other than it might be higher in calories and that feels yummy inside. I don't know. Please do more chemtrail and creepy Joe Biden videos, CMC. Chemtrails are not real. It's not a thing. I followed you way back in the day. That's awesome. Lindsay says, do you think sexuality and spirituality can be one and the same? Also, do you believe in marriage before sex? I believe in sex before marriage. I think that, if you have religious philosophies that you want to save your virginity for marriage, that's fine. I have nothing against that. But personally, I would never want to marry someone unless I've had lots and lots of sex with them and make sure that it's compatible and that I like them sexually, because that is an important part of having a romantic connection with people. Sexuality and spirituality, yeah, I mean, I've met people who are into like tantric sex stuff and like achieving really euphoric high senses of pleasure and connection through sex. So yeah, there's definitely like spiritual, vibrational, deep moments in sex, because sex is like a incredible primal thing that all species do, and we're bred to want to do it. That's why it feels so good emotionally and physically when you're doing it in the right way. So I think they can be connected, and I definitely believe you should have sex with people before you marry them. Definitely. You should know the person. Plantriotic, what do you think about Joe Biden entering the race? Not a fan of Joe Biden. I think there's a million more Democratic candidates I'd rather have. I am personally a huge Bernie supporter because he believes in getting money out of politics. He believes in taxing the richest people in order to give back to marginalized groups who just don't even have an opportunity to get out of their shitty economic situation. And Bernie he is the man. He's consistent. He is real. He's not bought off by corporations, and he believes that climate change is one of the biggest threats we have in the world. So not a fan of Joe Biden at all. He's an establishment Democrat, and he's creepy with women when he's smelling their hair and shit like that. But just from a policy sense, Joe Biden is a bought off literally, like, I call him shills at this point. Not that he's like evil, menacing in the background, but these people have made so much money off of their politics, and they've been bought off by corporations. So, not a fan of Joe. I'm a MAGA Trump supporter. Of course you are. You're like asking me these weird questions about chemtrails, and it turns out you're a MAGA person. I'm sorry. At this point, I just can't even entertain MAGA people. You're deluded if you think that Donald Trump is smart, that he is kind, that he cares about the average person. You are a fucking idiot. Sexuality is ungodly. CMC just trolling. No anal. Jesus, CMC. Cory Booker, so cringe. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Cory Booker either, although he is vegan, which is cool. Alright, Red Pill Dude, just stop posting a lot of stuff, please. Opinions on farmers using treated oil wastewater to irrigate their crops. I don't have any information on it, so I'm sorry. I'll try to look into it, but I can't comment on it because I'm not aware. How many retreats or fruit festivals have you been to? I've never been to a vegan retreat, but I've been to the Woodstock Fruit Festival 4 times, and I went to Durian Rider and Freely's Thai Fruit Festival, and I had great times at all those festivals. I love when like-minded people, open-minded, groovy, plant-eating people come together and have scheduled events. Just beautiful things happen, and I love it, and I feel like you can really be the best version of yourself when you're surrounded by like-minded community who also want to be the best versions of themselves. So it's just like a charge booster to life, to get back to living high vibe, these festivals. So I'm so excited to provide my own retreat to people. Yeah, rice, beans, veggies, tomatoes, guacamole, lettuce. I mean, stellar scene, that's what I'm saying right there. That's the meaning of life, is what you just said right there, in terms of diet. Plus more fruit. All right, we got our first super chat, and that means you guys get a wrap. And I guarantee you we're going to get more super chats because $1 or $2 is going to be worth this. Here we go. Wow, you're called produce not pills. Produce not pills probably climbs the hills on his bicycle because he's living. His mind is like a tricycle. It's spinning so fast, he might be smoking grass. He doesn't take pills because he is not ill. He's all about the health, and that gives him wealth. Maybe not in your pocket, but in your brain socket. You're smart, because fruit and vegetable in the produce section is what you're going to mention when you're talking about all that disease prevention in the motherfucking... And that's the wrap. When it stops, it stops. Produce not pills. Thank you for the $2 wrap. Let me know. Was that freestyle fire, cringe, or okay? Let me know. And is it worth $2 of your dollars to see more of that? I think it is, guys. And it gives Maggie more beans. Maggie, you want more beans? My Maggie. Who's my Maggie? Oh shit, I almost fell. Oh, my Maggie, I love my sweet girl, and you like to get belly rubs. Maggie likes her belly rubs. Maggie likes her belly rubs. Maggie likes her belly rubs. I love my Maggie. I love my Maggie so much. Bernie 2020, that's what I'm saying. So what led you guys to become a full-time vegan? Great question. I went vegetarian when I was 14. I didn't know anything about animal rights, health, veganism. I'd never researched anything. I grew up in a meat-eating family. I just loved animals, and it wasn't until I was 14 till I realized, hey, if I love animals, I should probably stop eating them, and I can become a vegetarian. No one has to give me a fucking vegetarian card into the society. I can just do it. So I became vegetarian, but I didn't look into anything, so I continued to eat eggs and dairy. And then on my gap year, when I was 19, in between high school and college, I was in Indonesia, living in some rural communities. I saw some people slaughtering local animals. I broke my vegetarianism in order to see what it was like to kill an animal, and I killed a chicken when I was 19 years old with a knife in my own hands, and I prepared it for dinner. And I took that experience and it inspired me to look into our food system and what it takes to get meat and dairy and eggs to our plate. I looked into it, and it was very clear that with my philosophy on life, veganism was the way to go, and eating locally and sustainably as possible. And that was in 2012 when I was 19, and I've been vegan for 6.5 years since then. Um, Going through more questions. Mr. and Mrs. Vegan are anti-climate change? What are you talking about? Should you vote for any Democrat who won the primaries to keep out Trump? It's a really great question. So let's say the Democratic Party completely fucked up again and promoted, and in the primaries a non-progressive won the primary, and you have an establishment candidate like Joe Biden versus Trump. I am of the philosophy that you should vote for the lesser of two evils, because just why? I mean, I don't believe in wasting your. Okay, let's say you believed in a third party candidate like an Andrew Yang type character or a Green Party candidate, and you really believed in them and you want them to be president. You have the right as an American to vote for whoever you want. So don't let other people sway you. But if you're in a swing state and it's important between a Joe Biden character or a Trump, I personally think you should vote for the lesser of two evils. Unless you really are passionate about a third-party candidate, you have the right to vote for whoever the heck you want to be president. But I believe you should vote anyone who is going to get Trump out. Good to see you live again. Thank you, Sherry. It's fun. George Carlin 2020. He's a comedian. What drugs are you on, dude? Nothing. I've been 100% sober for the last month. And in the last year, what drugs have I taken? Lots of cannabis, and I did acid a few months ago for my first time in Chichen Itza, the Mayan ruin, one of the seven wonders of the world, and it was one of the most amazing, enlightening experiences I've had. I felt completely at awe in the beauty of nature. I felt so grateful to be alive. Everything, okay, when you're on acid, every little thing, as simple as taking a step on the ground, you see and feel the vibration of how lucky you are to be alive and how amazing it is that we have an earth, that we have a foot. Nothing is taken for granted. Everything is just so legitimately important and amazing. It's just a beautiful thing to tap into for a few hours, in my opinion. Those are the only drugs I've taken in the last no, cocaine. But I think I've said this story. I did cocaine for the first time against my will in Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, almost a year ago, probably at this point, or maybe 6 months ago. Because here's a story some of you guys might not know. I shared on a podcast. I was couch surfing with a local in Culiacan. He was a really nice, like 35-year-old dude. I was staying with him. Shout out to Fer. His name is Fer, Ferdinand for long, Fer for short. And we were at a party super late at night, and I saw people started at like 2 in the morning to bring out little things of cocaine in their pocket. And I was like, holy shit, like everyone was doing it. I've never done cocaine, and I'm not interested. Acid and cocaine are the only synthetic drugs I've ever done. Before that, it was just mushrooms and marijuana. And like salvia, which is also a plant that I tried when I was in high school. That's one of the craziest psychedelics ever. But I was at this party, and I was just dancing, tired as heck. I was about to get an Uber to go home because he was staying all night doing coke, my host, and partying. And I was just dancing, tired as shit. And I'm dancing with a woman, and literally, all of a sudden, she sticks her pinky finger up my nose, and it's covered in cocaine. And she did it just because she assumed I wanted it, because everyone was doing coke, and I was just like in just in a blink of a moment, I kind of processed everything that was happening, and I just said fuck it, just went like that and said, okay, here's my first time on cocaine, and it was crazy. I'll never do that shit again. Not that I did it; someone literally forced it on me without me even knowing. Um, it was hilarious, and I went from being dead tired to being completely alert, and for the next like 10 hours I felt like a robot. Like all the biological properties of my body faded, and I felt like I was made of like electronics, and there's like a metallic feeling in your mouth, and you're just not tired, and you're just like so alert and just like kind of present, and you want to like do stuff, but it just felt so wrong. Oh, it was so weird. Like all your emotions and biology are like sucked away. What the heck? Um, suspension? LO? What? Uh, yo, bars whack gringo. Yeah, my bars are whack. I'm a gringo. It's true. Everyone calls me gringo when I bike by them. Gringo, gringo. Look, white man with tattoos on the bicycle. I think it was pretty solid rap. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Andrew Yang 2020, it's a possibility. He's got some good points that in this highly mechanized, automated system, some universal basic income might be something that Americans need, especially like in the Midwest, who rely off of a lot of low wage jobs. If you eat meat, I think you're worthless. This is a problem with the vegan movement. There are people who are eating meat because they think they need to for their health, and we gotta have some faith in those people. There are also people who are eating meat and hunting their meat and not contributing to the industrial food system and probably harm less animals than you. Is that a very small amount of meat eaters? Yes, but they probably exist. So to paint all meat eaters with one brush, I think it's very problematic, and I don't think it's good for the vegan movement. I'm going to be honest. To be so generic like that, it's just not good. Um, what's your favorite food? Favorite fruit. My favorite food is probably a curry burrito. Imagine a tortilla, and inside you have a curried rice that you cooked with a little coconut milk, curry powder, onion, garlic, ginger. Then you put some beans in there, maybe some tempeh, a little Thai flavorful peanut sauce, and tempeh and rice in a fucking burrito. Ooh! And then another of my favorite food is just a simple banana and ice cream with daily green boost powder. It's my favorite. By the way, if you want to eat the healthiest single ingredient green powder, dense nutrient powder to throw in your smoothies, it's called Daily Green Boost. It's a small company. It's raw, organic, and vegan. And you buy it online. It's a vegan company. The guy who owns it's a high carb vegan. He's a friend of mine, and it's the best stuff. I travel with it. I get it shipped to me, and you use the coupon code Plantriotic for 10% off. You get percentage off. It supports me, and you're supporting a vegan business, and it's like the best company and product ever. So a classic nice cream of blended bananas with dates, cinnamon, daily green boost powder, little splash of nut milk, a little vanilla, and like some berries. Oh my god, that's like my favorite food. But durian, I mean, good quality Malaysian durian is the best food I've ever had in my life, period. Search durian on my YouTube channel and you'll see me freak out over the best food ever. Have you ever been to a strip club? I've never in my life been to a strip club. I'm not against it, but I've never been to one. Climate change is a religion. Wow, I should block you. I'm not going to because I don't believe in stifling free speech, but you are an idiot. I feel bad for anyone who's friends with you. Um, is that a meowing cat? That there might be. There's so many freaking sounds always in this part of the world. I don't even know anymore. Shrooms or acid? I'm a shrooms guy for sure. Shrooms. Acid is more like things are just feeling really really big and wild in your own personal existence. Mushrooms, you feel the ohm of life, you feel the connection to all sentient beings and that we are all one, and you feel the love way more, and it's just so natural. And acid is not. So, yeah, mushrooms for the win for sure. And this is my philosophy about mushrooms. I believe in taking them very infrequently, maybe once every year or once every 2 years or 3 years, and take them in literally as big of a dose as you can. You can't overdose on mushrooms. Don't do that maybe the first time. Take like just a normal dose the first time, and then if you can handle it after that, go big. Have a big dose experience very infrequently, and do it in nature, and don't have anything else to do, and it will be very good for moving forward in your life. It really puts things into perspective and takes you out of the falsehood of the industrial life. Um, Thank you for being rational about voting and not a Bernie bro. Yeah, I'm a Bernie supporter, but if Bernie doesn't win the primary, I honor that we should elect whoever is going to beat Trump. Yeah. Um, do the locals try to offer you drugs? Yeah, yeah, people do drugs down here for sure. People have offered me meth, crack, cocaine, marijuana, alcohol. Yeah, they do. You know, they want a story of doing drugs with the gringo, with the white dude. Um, More questions, guys. Let's get the questions in. The same people are commenting. Do you think veganism was just a trend that peaked in 2014, but now it's lost momentum and died down? It seems like so many vegans on social media lost interest in the diet. No, so I'm convinced that this whole ex-vegan thing it's not representative of what's going on in the world. It's actually just a small handful of YouTubers that happen to have a lot of followers. There's tons of celebrities that are still going vegan. There's more vegan companies coming out, and people like Bill Gates investing in vegan companies. We haven't even seen the I mean, it's still the beginning, guys. The dairy industry is still losing sales. Plant milk industry is still going up. New companies are being created. People are opening up to the awareness that animal agriculture is less energy efficient. Plant-based is definitely growing, and I know we can be in a little bubble on YouTube, but no, it is still for sure on the trend, and it is a way more sustainable way to feed the human population. It's just a fact. Higher on the food chain, least energy, water, and land efficient, period. So if we want to scale human beings to be able to eat food, it has to trend towards meat if we want to reduce the impact on climate change. So veganism is definitely still in a trend. It is not. It's still trending up. It is not a trend that is going to die down. Going through the chat here. Yes, Vegetable Police is a carny now. What's your favorite easy breakfast other than oatmeal? Getting sick of oatmeal and I don't know what to make. All right, why don't you make, assuming you want a cooked food, because the best breakfast for me is just a chilled watermelon or a banana smoothie with dates, little peanut butter, cinnamon, daily green boost powder. You can also do, let me tell you something like fun you could do. You could do quinoa. I like to cook quinoa with cinnamon and apples and cook that down as like a sweet, and put a little agave or dates in there or peanut butter as like a sweet quinoa bowl. Very good as well. Or do like toast with peanut butter, banana, or classic PB&J. I'm a PB&J man. Or you can do rice cakes with peanut butter and jelly. When I try to eat plant-based, I crave meat maybe once a week and it tastes delicious. If I meat regularly, I feel awful. You know, that's interesting. I've never felt that. Once you don't eat something for about 20 days, your microbiome starts to shift where it's going to crave the things that you continue to eat. So maybe try to not eat meat for a month, even getting through those cravings, and see if that changes. But even if you're reducing your animal products by like 90%, it just sounds like you are. Honestly, if that works for you, that is good enough. I'm not going to pick fights. I'm a practical vegan. It works for me to be fully vegan, and I care about animal rights, so that allows me to stay vegan. But if you want to reduce it by 90% and get 10% of your animal products from the least unethical sources, the least unethical sources, then that's pretty good. Where are you? I am in Honduras, close to the Nicaragua border. Thoughts on chemtrails? I have not seen any legitimate evidence to show that they are real or a conspiracy. They're just contrails, which is the evaporation through a aircraft. I don't believe in them. Vegans need drugs to feel connected. Not true at all. You feel very connected even without drugs as a vegan. I have not had drugs I've not used drugs in over a month. And weed isn't even like a drug. It's a plant medicine. And I like cannabis, but I don't need it, and feel much better right now without it, actually. At what age did you lose your virginity? How did it happen? Sorry for another sex question. I lost my virginity when I was 18 years old to my girlfriend, my high school girlfriend, my senior year of high school. And we did it in my treehouse, which was very romantic, and it was both of our first times. And I lit candles, and we hung out and had dinner before, and it was very sweet, and we were very happy about it. And then we had lots of nice sex for a few months, and then we broke up, and it was great. Did Izzy have candida? I don't know. I don't think during our relationship she mentioned that. Have you ever had a bad shroom trip? Nope. I've had 3 shroom trips, and none of them have been bad. They've all been amazing. I met Joe Biden once. Nice dude. I'm sure he's a nice dude, but he's not as good policy-wise as progressives, in my opinion. Thoughts on oxidative stress? Sorry, I'm not. I know a lot about science, but I don't know everything, and that's just not something I can fully speak upon a lot right now in my education. This Steve-O X-Vegan, yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I love Steve-O, and I'll be honest, I was super disappointed. Ellen DeGeneres is an ex-vegan? You sure about that? Nice. We got a vegan for 2 years. She did her physical. Her cholesterol level is perfect. Her B12 is perfect. Protein and iron were great. There you go, my friends. Proof is in the blood work pudding. Well, let's get some super chats rolling in. I need to do some freestyle raps. I'll freestyle rap about your username if you give me a super chat and you're supporting Maggie and I. Thank you. Are you currently accepting clients? I think I could benefit from the accountability partner program. Soon, yeah, you probably will, because everyone who's on it right now is benefiting, and I will open up some more spots for the accountability partner program soon, so stay tuned on my YouTube, or probably mainly my Instagram. I'll announce it. Looking for more good questions and not just weird trolly questions. Why do you have dark rings under your eyes? Well, that's mainly because of the shadow currently, because there's things up there, and yeah. But I'm also pretty tired, and I overwork myself too much on my bicycle, and don't sleep the most. But it's mainly a shadow effect. Look. But yeah, I need to sleep more. I need to spend less time on the screen. I'm just too into it right now. It's fun. Um, what are some of the crazier things that you've seen thus far on your trip? Holy shit. I mean, I've seen everything. Crazy things from animal abuse, uh, pigs being tied up with their skin being enveloped by a fucking rope around their neck. I've seen dogs with broken limbs. I've seen 10 dead dogs on the side of the road in a day. I have seen old women in little villages carrying sticks on their backpack, climbing up fucking mountains like savages. I have stayed with a transgender local in a tiny Mexican village who tried to have sex with me. I mean, I've seen it all, guys. I've seen 16-year-old kids smoking meth. Fuck, what haven't I seen? Um, I've seen naked dudes bathing in rivers. I've seen tarantulas. Uh, Fuck, man, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Are you in a relationship right now? Would you date a non-vegan? I would never date a non-vegan. There's way too many awesome, sexy, badass vegan women out there. I am looking to be in a relationship. I am not in one at all right now. I want one very bad. So if any ladies out here want to travel, live a very chill, fun life, like yoga, like tattoos, like to laugh, and want to make jungle babies on a fruit farm with me, please slide into my DMs, chat with me. We can get an Airbnb for a week or a month here so we can test it out how it feels. And if you want to keep traveling with me and it works, then it works. If not, it's perfectly fine. You go back to your normal life. So if you like Maggie and I's life and you think you might be the one for me, slide into my DMs. Plant your. Have you ever tried edibles? Yes. Let me tell you a story. So, typical edible dosage at like a cannabis club in LA, they recommend 10 milligrams as a single dose. So, if you're like a hardcore stoner and you can handle it, maybe 20, 30 milligrams. That'll get you. That'll get you. And edibles are just like more freaking psychedelic and crazy than even smoking cannabis. So think of like between 10 to 50 milligrams is like a beginner to intermediate dose. Anything beyond 50 would get most people like fucking pretty crazy. One time, me and my friend decided to just go hard and be silly, and we're seasoned cannabis users a lot in my life. So we decided to just go a little crazy and see what happens, because you can't overdose on marijuana. It's impossible. You just get super, super high and you can just lay down and go to bed and you're fine. I've taken in one sitting 190 milligrams of THC in an edible. And I got so high, I was sitting at a table about to eat food with my friends, and only me and one other friend were on the 190 milligrams, and everyone else wasn't. And at one point, it literally was just like my whole life was just like a shining light of vibration, and there was no other like thoughts or things going on in my consciousness, and I couldn't like do anything on my own. It was just too much, so I just had my eyes closed, and I just said to my friend, like, can you please take me to my room and put me in my bed? Thank you. and they did it, and I don't remember anything after that. Hilarious. I'm a tribal vegan, but I agree with you that hunting 1 to 3 animals is more ethical than a traditional vegan diet. Then you're not tribal. I'm the same vegan as you then. However, your idea of living on a farm and eating vegan is scalable and possible for most. You agree? Yes. Yes, I want to live on a vegan farm, and people can definitely do that. Do you get headaches from bike riding? No. Do you know your Myers-Briggs? Yes. INTP. I'm very introverted. Although I love like being social when I'm with like 1 or 2 people, but beyond that, I prefer to be in smaller, quiet settings. Um, um, you look tired from riding? Yes, I am. And I have to ride a lot the next 4 days to get to my Airbnb in Nicaragua. So you should start a ride for Vegan Power fundraiser and so much more. Have you ever heard of Ralph Randolph Stone? Nope. Where do I see myself in 6 months? I will be in Peru or Ecuador, still on this bike ride. Craziest story from riding through Canada was probably when I stayed with these native indigenous people, and they got drunk all night, and we made a bonfire, and he let me stay in his house, and the dude Kevin, who's like the dad, was telling me about how when he was young, he would get drunk with his friends, and they would steal the bush planes in town. A bush plane is like a little 2-person plane that up in the Yukon in Canada, a lot of people use to get from place to place because it's so long, the distances on the road, and sometimes there's no roads to get access to certain lakes and rivers and stuff. And so they would get drunk and steal their parents' planes. And he also said he would wrestle baby black bears and throw them in his friend's car as a joke. That was fucking nuts. I'm gonna go get my charger real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, my Maggie. I'm back, my cute baby Maggie girl. Where can I plug in, though? Right here. Okay, we are charging. Do you have a hard time sleeping on the road? No, I'm feeling really good with my sleep. I don't do it much just because I'm up like doing live streams, for instance, when I should be sleeping. But once I get in bed, I'm going to bed. I'm sleeping in a hammock. Are you attracted to men? Nope, I'm very straight. I've never had a sexual experience with a man and not interested. I've cured heart disease and diabetes, multiple people, by putting them on a whole food plant-based diet. That's epic. Sí, yo hablo español perfecto, más o menos perfecto. Estoy aprendiendo acá en el camino. Antes de este viaje, yo fui a algunas clases de español cuando estaba en prepa, pero no aprendí mucho. En este viaje, en el camino, estoy practicando con mucha gente local y puedo practicar ahorita. Super paranoid with edibles. Yeah, some people that happens. All right, we got a new super chat. You know what that means? If you guys give me a super chat, which supports my travels, supports the channel, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a freestyle rap with your username. It's cringy. It's funny. You can laugh at me. It's worth $1, guys. Support your boy. Send me a super chat. Cheyenne, banana, I'm gonna flow like I'm living in a cabana. You'll walk over to the tree, maybe you take a pee, and it sends nutrients and it gets into the leaf. You eat the banana and the fruit goes in. Eventually you'll poop and something will eat it because we're all one. We're connected, my friends. A hen is a wren, is a potential best friend. Love all the animals, don't eat them. Vegan is the way if you want to make clay. I'm a ceramic artist, don't be a carnist. Cheyenne banana is the manna. You like that? Fresh rhyme. Consider dropping a super chat. Once you have your farm and living sustainably, will you hold retreats? Absolutely. Wait for the year 2021. You need a guy like me, only older? I'm 26. Is that too young? Would you try breast milk? I'd try my future wife's breast milk, sure. Are you going to do ayahuasca in Peru? Probably, yeah. I've done one ayahuasca ceremony. I've talked about it on my YouTube channel, but yeah, I probably will again in Peru. Can you actually get stuff shipped to you wherever you are? Only in the big cities. The way I do it is I'll send stuff to a FedEx office and you can pick it up there. Are you strict, high carb, low fat? I probably eat 20% of calories from fat, 10 to 15 from protein, and the rest carbohydrates. That's a typical day for me. Are you polyamorous? I'm polyamorous to the extent that I want a partner in the future who's like my life partner and we are only each other's real emotional partners, and I want like a conventional, I want to have kids, I want to have like my main partner, but I'm open to having certain sexual freedoms to the extent that if you're so confident in loving your partner and you two are committed together and love each other, I feel like there's no fear. And if your partner is in some situation where they're attracted to a fellow human being, which guess what? When it comes to sexual urges, maybe it's slightly different for men and women, maybe not. But I know as a man, even when I'm in a relationship with someone that I love, I sometimes meet another person that I just want to have fun with and connect with them, which might involve some sexual stuff, but it doesn't mean I don't like my partner any less. So if my partner, future partner, wanted to be 100% exclusive and not ever hook up with anyone else, I would be fine with that. I'm more interested in that. But if they were cool with having some sexual openness that we could have fun with other people very infrequently, I would be cool with that as well. But I'm not into like having multiple partners that you're like emotionally invested in. I wouldn't want a relationship personally for me like that. Do you speak Yiddish? No. My great grandparents did. Why do you do YouTube? To connect with the human race. It's how you connect with the human race these days on the internet. Who do you want to be the next president? Bernie Sanders. Yes, I will rap for. Oh, wow, this is going to be a great one. All right, this is going to be interesting, guys. LA Meth Witch says rap for me. This is going to be crazy. You walk into a room, yeah. You see a little broom, yeah. But the broom is not what you focus on. What your eyes lock into is that meth, is that death, is that wrath underneath the mask of the man with the crystals in his vial, in his little pipe. He looks and gets hype. He smokes that shit and he takes a rip. He walks through LA and he realizes that in a typical day that a lot of people are smoking meth, and they might be witches and they might be bitches and they might get itches in their little stitches when they crack open their head, and then they go to bed, but they never wake up because meth probably will kill you. It will fill you with all kinds of feelings. How do I know? Is it 'cause I'm a bro? Is it 'cause I'm a hoe? Is it 'cause I live in a show that's on TV but I don't even know? 'Cause I'm on too much meth that I cannot tell what is hell, what is a bell, what is this crystal smell? It's that crystal meth. LA Meth Witch. Hashtag LA Meth Witch. There is someone in this chat in my vegan live stream, and I am in Honduras, and my dog is on the floor, and there is a human being with a username called LA Meth Witch. What is this world? I love it. This is fucking crazy. Do you eat saturated fat? Yeah, isn't there saturated fat in coconuts and avocados? I eat both of those things. Not a lot of them, probably like 5% of my total daily calories from saturated fat. Do you like older women? Yes, I do. I'm not really interested, I think, in getting in a relationship with anyone younger than me. I would ideally like someone my age, or like 2 to 5 to even 7 years older. I'm more attracted to that. Is this dude for real? I'm for real as fuck. Ask me anything and I keep it real as shit. I'm 100% for real. How do you get to stay in South America for so long without having to travel back to the US? So when you cross into a new country, you get a new visa for that country. So you don't have to be back in the US ever, really. I just live out my visa in whatever country I go to. Down here in Central America, they give Americans 3 months in pretty much every country down here. So once you cross into a new border, you get another 3 months and you're good to live there. It's all good. Are you familiar with Fit Shorty Eats opinion? I'm only familiar with them to the extent that they're fruitarians and they look pretty happy, and I don't know anything more. I don't watch their videos or anything. Why'd you quit being fruitarian? So I went fruitarian just as a 9-month experiment after going to the Woodstock Fruit Festival. I love that diet. I'll just be honest, like, I don't see any science to show that it's better than a diet with fruit and starches and legumes. And starches and legumes can be so nice because they're cozy and warm, and it's more accessible to like eat out and be a little bit more social with food. So I eat a ton of fruit, but I also just like my quinoa and rice and beans and potatoes. Like, I just like them, and I don't think they're bad for you. So I don't only eat fruit. I just like to eat a bunch of things. Don't you feel like we need more connection in person? Yes, I do. Do you accept transgender individuals? Absolutely. In fact, my sibling, I say my brother because he was my brother for the first 24 years of my life, but my older sibling is currently, they are definitely transgender and are experimenting with using different pronouns like they or even she, and dressing in different kinds of clothing than they grew up dressing as a man. And it's a beautiful thing to witness, and it's authentic, and my sibling is not an attention seeker. This is a real thing, that people are born with physical and hormonal attributes of a man or woman, but they truly inside feel more comfortable being the other gender, and that's 100% fine. And call me a progressive, but I don't even see any reason why that's controversial or frowned upon. Like, I literally don't even see why it's a hot topic. Like, It's just a real phenomenon in the same way that people are gay and they realize it from an extremely young age. It's like it's a thing in the world. Why question it and shame people? What the fuck? I think Andrew Yang's UBI is a really legit concept that automation is becoming a thing. It's becoming harder for low skilled workers to get those jobs because of automation, and there's just less job opportunities and a growing population. And at some point, these corporations like Amazon and big food companies that are automating and employing less human beings, they make so much money, and they're going to have to start paying some in form of taxes, and we're going to have to, as a government, give those taxes to people to be able to live if there's no more job opportunities. So I think it might be a good idea. Mako, why I quit being a fruitarian? Sure, but it's just not that controversial because I liked the fruitarian diet. Like, I felt really good on it. I was bodybuilding. I made muscle gains. Like, it just wouldn't be that interesting because I just did it because I like cooked food and I don't think healthy cooked foods are unhealthy. I'm a Scorpio. Me too. I'm very Scorpio. Um, has Maggie made friends on the road? With humans, yes, that we stay with for long periods of time, but Maggie does not like other dogs because most of the dogs that she interacts with are street dogs that try to fight her, and blue heelers are also pretty famous for being connected to human individuals and not really caring about other dogs. They're super loyal to humans, right, my Maggie? Yeah, you love me. You don't like the other puppies, huh, my girl? So she doesn't care or like other dogs. She's not interested in them. She just likes me and other people. Um, Thank you guys for liking the rap. I'm so glad. How old are you? I'm 26. That was amazing. Oh, LA Meth Witch loved it. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. And if you guys give me a super chat of $1, $2, $5, whatever you can do for me staying up late and making this content for you guys, I will rap with your name and it's going to be cringy and hilarious. Um, who was that Democrat? Okay, well, one rap about how cool the planet is, please. Nice. All right. Katie Meyer wants a rap about how cool the planet is. So the planet Earth is this ball in the sky. You could say that it's fly or you could say that it's dry, but really it's mainly full of water, about 80%. You don't have to pay rent. I'm a proven fact of that because I sleep in Mother Earth. Sometimes when I'm driving on the road, I see a snake and it's flowing in his abode, and then you see a tree, and it's planted by a stream, and there's water under there, and it gets all in your hair, and it feels good in your skin, and you know that you're gonna win, because if you live on planet Earth, it is that Mother Earth birth that creates all life. It ain't strife. Can you believe that in the universe it is maybe the only planet with this kind of life? But we don't really know because science is only limited to what has been shown, and we know that the universe is infinite, and so who knows, maybe Earth is out there doing its thing. It is a little rang. When a rock falls off a mountain, it goes blang blang, and then it turns into a diamond, and you wear it on your finger, and that's really just you wearing the planet Earth on your body, because it is a hottie. Ooh, it's so sexy, round and nice, with trees and ice, with groundhogs and mice, all kinds of life on this planet Earth. It gives rebirth, and it's made of dirt. Fire! I mean, guys, if I don't have energy, intelligence, creativity, comedy. I got it all as a vegan at 11 p.m. at night. Fuck yeah. On your veganic farm, will you be growing cannabis? Yes, obviously. I'm inspired to visit South America now. So far, where would you suggest I visit first? Preferably a place with water and lots of fruit. I would go to either Lake Atitlan in Guatemala or to Quintana Roo in Mexico. Would you date a trans woman? No, because supposing that they have a penis, I am not attracted to that. So I don't think that I can see a path where I would want to date a trans woman. And I don't think that that is prejudice. I hope that and because there's enough people that do want to date trans women, and that's amazing. It just doesn't feel like in my sexual being that is what I would feel comfortable with. And I want to have kids with a partner, and you can't have kids with a trans woman. So that's reasonable. I'm not being prejudiced, just my sexual preference. What's the oldest woman you have been with? When I was 21, I hooked up with a 30-year-old woman in New York City. It was awesome. Wow, that's amazing to hear about your sibling. I'm so happy for them. Yes, I am too. I love Drew. Where are your favorite? It always I go to read a comment and then it scrolls down immediately and I have to scroll back up and find it. Where are your favorite places to visit so far? Campeche, Mexico, Quintana Roo, Mexico, Lake Atitlan, Guatemala, and yeah, those have been my favorites. And I liked southern Baja, Mexico as well. Why Bernie over Andrew Yang? I believe in Bernie because he's much more vocal about getting money out of politics than Andrew Yang is. And Bernie has been in the game so long, his consistency is like no other politician, and he is just so for real and not bribed by whatever is trendy or bribed by big money at all. Are there any ethnicities that you're not attracted to? No, I'm attracted to all ethnicities. That means nothing to me in terms of being attracted to someone or in a relationship. In fact, if anything, I'm more attracted to someone of a different ethnicity than mine because it's just attractive and exciting and different. But I've been with a lot of white girls too, but not only white girls. Um, ¿Dónde está la mota? Where's the weed at, yo? I don't know, but I don't care because I feel really good right now. I'm not smoking weed. Haven't smoked weed in over a month. On your veganic farm, would you be growing cannabis? I said that, yes. I hope some ladies slide into my DMs tonight. If you like my vibe, slide into the DMs. Plantriotic on Instagram. What is your favorite topic and reason about between religion or politics or controversy, like the Theranos suit? I don't know the. Oh, Theranos, like the company of the lady being sued? That's crazy shit. I listen to the podcast. I am obsessed with talking about religion. I'm obsessed with talking about politics as well. Those are two of the things I like to philosophize most about. And if you want to hear my philosophies on those things really quick, I think that religion is only a good thing if it truly makes you a compassionate person and makes you love yourself more and love others. And if it makes you at all prejudiced, or it makes you believe in certain things, like if you pray to a God that it's definite that there is a God up there who's definitely listening to you, I think that you are living in a delusion, which is fine if it just makes you feel better in life. But to think that it is actually real, it scares me, because it means that we live in a world where people are going to believe certain things not based on facts, but based on just like your opinion, man. And if we live in that world, I feel like it is bound for disaster when charismatic people get a hold of people's attention and the people are susceptible to listening to things that aren't true. That's how you get climate denial. There's a lot of climate denial in Christianity. There is obviously a lot of violence in Islam. There is violence in Judaism and cutting baby dicks. There is the Catholic Church, which has a terrible pedophile ring situation. So I'm fine with all religions, Islam, Catholicism, Judaism, if it makes you a good fucking person. If it makes you a climate denier, an anti-gay person, a pedophile, or a bomber, then I do not condone it. And all those religions have problems with that. So why don't we just become like rational, spiritual, scientific people instead of having to bow down to these, in my opinion, stupid religions? And I don't believe that there's a God who's listening to you. I believe God is just, we are all the universe connected to love each other and nothing beyond that. Politics, I believe that politics and government is important. I think there's a lot of income inequality, and that people who are marginalized, who don't have financial or educational access to make a better life, should be supported by the government, and we should take that money from the richest people who are living extravagant lives and distribute some of that wealth to poor people with good social programs so they can get more education and do something good and get out of that bad situation. And I believe that in our modern political framework, it is in America, it is mainly a legalized bribery system where corporations donate to politicians to pay them off to get tax breaks. So the politicians are generally not being there for the people, which is their job, which is why we need to support candidates like Bernie Sanders, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris to an extent, but not really. People who are anti-establishment, who want to do good things for the people, not for corporations. And if you're a climate denier and in politics, you should go fuck yourself. Hey, I'll do more raps. People want more raps. You got to give me a donation. You got to give me a super chat, and I will rap for you. People are saying I'm entertaining and fun. That's what it's all about. Speaking the vegan message, speaking the truth, entertaining you guys. It's all good vibes. I'm 22, feeling pretty lost for the last 10 months. I'm not doing bad in the last few years, just emptiness. What do you recommend? It's a great question. I recommend you do something to dramatically change whatever it is that you've been doing that isn't providing you with value. Sometimes you have to make drastic changes, even if it's risky, but that change can be as simple as join a group in your local community that's random, and you might meet someone that could change your perspective on life. For me, I was kind of in that situation in high school where I just felt a little meaningless. And so what did I do? I rode my bicycle across America. I wasn't a cyclist. I wasn't a traveler. I just knew I wanted to do something to throw a wrench in my system. And from that, you get so inspired and you expand your realm. And listen to your childlike fantasies. When I was growing up, when I was little, I liked to ride my bike, go on adventures, hang out with animals, and be outside and make art. That's what I do now, and it provides me with so much meaning where I wake up every day excited to do all those things. So I think we get totally brainwashed in our system as we get older with influencers like our parents and teachers saying you have to do this, or else you're going to have a dangerous life. Don't listen to the hype. Listen to your childlike fantasies and go and do them. And I think you know what brings you meaning. You just might be scared to pursue it, but you got to just listen to what you've always wanted to do all that time. Yeah. Would you marry a Jewish girl? I mean, I don't care what religion or race or ethnicity my partner is, just as long as they're the one for me. I don't care about any of that stuff. So yes, I would marry a Jewish girl. And my parents would be happy as fuck. Oh, we got a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Siren. Siren FPV. Much love and Dream Extreme. Thank you so much. You are supporting the channel, supporting me putting out these vegan vibes, supporting Maggie and I. I appreciate you very much. And with that donation, I am able to continue and biking the world, spreading these vegan messages to locals, which is what I do all the time to small communities. So thank you, and you get a wrap, because if you give me a donation, $1 or more, I will do a cringy, my best freestyle rap for you, and you can all laugh in my faces. Siren, FPV. The siren's going off and it's going crazy. It's going in the house. It's going in someone's blouse underneath there. What you got down there? Don't look. That's my own body. It's my own little toddy. I got the siren going off because there's someone in there who's got ants in his pants. He's got ants in his pants because he dances and he dances. It's so fire. You gotta take a little tire and bang him with it so that the fire goes out. The fire goes out because we're in a drought. And it's so damn dry because people are high and they leave their roaches and it flies in the sky and it hits a leaf and it blows up like a freaking queef with the person in the blouse. That was a crazy one. That was fucking crazy. Shit. That was some fire. Damn. Nice. I'm going to give a vegan tattoo to Strange Zotstarapa. Can't wait. Do you think you'll continue tattooing? Yes, it's a passion of mine. I still travel with my tattoo equipment. I just got to do it when I get more stable in an Airbnb next week. Do you like orchestra? Yeah, I like it, but I don't listen to it, but it'd be fun if it played more in my ears. What if you don't have DMs? Is there another option? Yes. Jackson@plantriotic.com is my email, or go to the contact page on plantriotic.com. More questions. Do you believe in energetic therapies like acupuncture, Reiki, or chiropractics? I'm on the spectrum of not believing in those things. I'm not fully formed in my opinion, but I think they probably do less than people think, personally. Please, no more raps. I love you. Oh, you donate and you don't even want me to rap. Oh my god. Who likes the raps? Give me a donation if you want to rap. Super chat. Alright, we got a new super chat. Yo, ¿qué pasa, Piazza? ¿Dónde está la mota ese? Habla 5G. What do you mean, habla 5G? El Churcho Vegano is the church of the vegans. Puedo cantar en español, no sé, es mi primera vez y yo no como res. Res es un tipo de animal que me encanta, no quiero se murió. Wow, este es increíble, es mi primera vez practicando en español y la canción es the best. It's much harder for me to rap in Spanish because I don't have as many words that I can use to rhyme, that I can use to vibe, that I can use to reach the sky. Oh my God, I don't know what he's talking about. Yo habla 5G. Yo habla 5G. I gotta take a pee. Not really. I'm doing really good. Churcho El Vegano, I would be a part of that church. I would go in and pray, and then I would say, to the plant gods, thank you for this hay. I like to eat this grass because I am a cow. Eating disordered people like extreme diets. This is true. Have you tried CBD oil? I haven't really tried CBD oil, just fucking THC. I should try CBD oil. But like, do I need it? I'm pretty chill. Oh shit, we got a new super chat. Thanks for the feedback. Here's 5 Canadian bucks. Not much, but use it well. I will use it well. I could buy like 4 good local bananas with that. Thank you so much. Cool full of bull. Cool full of bull. You are such a fool. You make me want to drool because I know that when you sit on a stool, you don't ride a mule. Don't sit on the back of a little animal. It is free like the bee. No one takes a fly and ties it so that it cannot reach the sky. Because imagine if you were a guy with wings and you were such a fool that you looked at the ground and you thought, you can't even grow anything. It's full of rocks. It's full of blocks. Nothing could happen. But then one day you see a seed. And then the next day it turns into a weed, and your mind is open, and it cracks open, and you eat the nutrients, and that's the vegan life. Shit. I have X meters coming with heart disease. Yes, you've said that many times. How often do you shower and bathe? I probably take like 3 showers a week. If I get a hotel room or stay with a local, I'll take a shower. But if I'm camping a lot, aw, this is gonna be sad, guys. Don't be sad. I've announced this already on YouTube, so you just missed it, and Instagram. Mia M asked, how is Buckley doing? Buckley is the dog that we got as a family when I was like 15 years old. And he's obviously lived with my parents over the last few years that me and my brothers are out of the house. And Buckley passed away as a 12-year-old doggy about 2 months ago. Buckley, I love you. Maggie knew Buckley. I knew Buckley. He lived an amazing life. It's like we shouldn't be sad. He lived to be an old dog. He had the best life ever. He was so happy all the time. But Buckley passed away. It happened very quickly. He went from being great to he got a tumor around his heart and fluid around his heart, and it was very quick, my parents said. Buckley, I love you. Is it hard to take a dog on a bike tour? I mean, yeah. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, I wouldn't do it any other way. I mean, now biking with Maggie for the last year and a half, it's like I couldn't even do it without her. Maggie, what would I do without you? I love my Maggie so much. So it's hard in that it's a lot of extra weight that I have to pull when she's chilling in her trailer behind my bike. It's hard that it makes border crossings a little more complicated. It makes staying with locals a little more complicated. But I mean, what would I do without her? Like, I love Maggie so much, and she's always there for me, and she's my companion. I'd be so lonely. It'd be terrible without my Maggie. So, of course, it's harder in some aspects, but it's the best. Holy shit! Sweet Pepper with the $20 donation. Are you crazy? That's the nicest thing someone's done in a super chat for me ever. Give your pup a snug for me. Could you talk about the Yulin Dog Torture Festival and how we can do something about it? First, I will talk about that. And first, let me rap for you, because you deserve everything. For $20 donation, you're fucking amazing. You guys are amazing. This is so cool that you guys can support me spreading the vegan message and entertaining you guys. I fucking love it. Sweet pepper, it is what I eat. Why? Because it makes me feel high. Pepper is like an aphrodisiac. Did I make that up? Probably. But pepper, if you combine it with turmeric, it is an anti-inflammatory, makes you tick. And the sweet, I'm all about the beet. I'm all about the beet because the beetroot is oh so sweet, and they make the sugar out of the beet. It's not made out of meat. It is just plants, and it makes you do a dance because your body says, thank you, sweet pepper. I will cuddle Maggie for you. And let's talk about the Yulin Dog Torture Festival. So first off, this might be, you might say, why am I going off on this angle? But there's also pig eating festivals and burger eating festivals all over the United States. And if you're a vegan and believe that speciesism is a form of prejudice, there is no difference between mass torturing, confining, and then killing and eating a pig versus a chicken versus a fish versus a cow or a dog. So it's all the same to me. It's just a different culture that uses different animals in order to eat. But the thing about Yulin that's interesting is that because so many countries around the world are speciesist and value their dogs over other animals, it means that we can use that momentum to teach people, because like everyone posts about the Yulin Dog Festival, even if they're fucking meat eaters and are like, oh no, they're killing the dogs, which is true, it's fucking horrible. And people post on Facebook and all of that. I mean, what can we do about it? Nothing. I mean, China is a crazy place. I've traveled in there. They don't give a flying fuck what America thinks. They ban Google, Facebook, YouTube. It's all banned over there. They have their own Chinese versions. You need a VPN in order to get access to those websites. So they don't give a fuck about us and what we think about dogs. So I think the only thing we can do is to, raise awareness here, do activism, and go to those festivals and protests. But I think the interesting thing about Yulin is to use that in order to connect it to the fact that when we have like a pig roasting festival in Kentucky or Tennessee or Mississippi, that we should try to show people that that's the same thing as glorifying a festival of killing dogs. They're all sentient beings who are intelligent and love their families and all of that. So I don't know what we can do. China's a crazy place. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're entertained here, if you want me to do a rap about your username, throw in a $1, $2, $20 donation, whatever you want and can, that you value me for what I do to the world and for your own entertainment, and I really appreciate it. I'm tired as shit, but this is fun. I've not seen The Magic Pill on Netflix. Yeah, Buckley, $4. Oh my god, I've answered all the questions. That's crazy. You guys, there's no more questions. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Should we close it down? Let's see. You guys have 2 minutes to answer a bunch more questions, and I'll keep going. I'm liking this, or I'll shut it down. Shut that shit down. See what's going on Instagram that I can rant about. What's your favorite tattoo? Ooh. In terms of skill and just like art, I'm going to have to go with my gorilla. The most like badass tattoo that I have. So well done. Bart Bingham in New York City. This Mexico one with Maggie and a bike is pretty cool. But no, my favorite tattoo is Bill, my snake sleeve that I'm still working on. When I get back to America after this trip to visit, I'll get more work done on it. I mean, come on. Come on. It's legit. Want to see the physique? Like a fucking MMA fighter, baby. Plants. Plants. Plants, baby. Have you ever flown... I've only flown my Mavic Pro drone. What do I think of David Wolf? You know, David Wolf was probably one of the first people I got into when I was a noob looking into health, but generally that dude is kind of crazy. The shit he says, like, cacao is the sun, and it comes into your chakra, and it is a direct chocolate-sun connection. It's like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? He's a little crazy, cray-cray. What's your view on artificial intelligence? I think that there can be good uses for it and bad uses for it, and there's probably going to be both that come out, so we should be wary of how much we use it. Maggie! Are you... Oh my god, Maggie almost tried to chase a cat on the other side of the door. Jeez, Lord mercy, Maggie. Holy shit. Maggie... It's just a kitty, you little crazy girl. Oh my goodness, Maggie. Oh my goodness, Maggie. Where's your ball? Here it is. Maggie, take your ball. Oh, good Maggie. Will you ever get face neck tattoos? Honestly, probably. Definitely neck, 100%, and face probably later in life, but yeah. I don't train Muay Thai, but I love watching MMA. Do I regret stretching my ears? No, I wish I could still wear them. Just on the bike life, it doesn't work. They get so fucking smelly and disgusting. Tell us something about your dark side. I like dark comedy. Like, I'm very progressive. I believe, as I said, in like everything from, you know, liberation from discrimination of trans people. I don't believe you should use words like the R word to talk about mentally disabled people. I'm very progressive and liberal, but I also like comedy that is really fucked up in the sense that it's just a comedian trying to entertain people. I don't believe in just average people using those things in order to discriminate, but I definitely can laugh at certain things in a comedic sense that I wouldn't condone ethically in the regular world. Does that make sense? That's kind of my dark side, I would say. What else is dark in my life? Can't think of too many things. Yeah, it's possible to get a tattoo from me. I'm not that good. You can look at my tattoo account, Wandering Tattoo. If I'm good enough and you fly out here to hang out with me, sure, I'll give you one. Next tattoo idea, I really do want to do my neck, honestly. What's your favorite hobby you've never talked about on YouTube? Listening to podcasts. I do that a lot. I used to knit growing up a lot. I love knitting. I haven't done it in a long time, but I loved it. When I was younger, I was obsessed with tech decks, like little finger skateboards, and I would change the trucks and the wheels stuff. Yes. But I pretty much talk about everything on YouTube, so it's hard to say. What are your thoughts on Musk's plan to colonize Mars? You know, Elon Musk is so smart, and if he wants to do that and put attention there, that's fine. But I personally think we should focus on our own planet before we focus on others. Man, Drew and Tristan just look so silly on vegan gains. They're not fans of science. I know. They're fucking not. They're fucking trolls, man. They think they're right, but I think they're wrong. They're not, like, I think they think they're doing a good thing. Wow, thank you, Katie. You say my tattoos are good. Yeah, Maggie freaks out with cats. She likes to chase them. Wow, Siren with another $10. Thank you so much. I need more sweet drone footage on the regular. Well, guess what? Tomorrow morning, your wish is my command. A vlog with epic drone footage is being released tomorrow morning, motherfuckers. And I'm pretty sure you said you don't want me to rap. Is that correct? I won't rap for you. You don't want me to. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said you don't want it. You said you didn't mind, but I already rapped for you, and you said you don't need it, so I'm not going to rap for you again. Do you believe in different diets for different people? This is very interesting. This is very important. I believe with this ex-vegan conundrum that a high percentage of them could have resolved their issues while remaining vegan and doing something different, like supplementing with EPA and DHA, or getting more sun, or reducing stress, or not calorie restricting. But I think there is a chance that there's a small portion of people that for some reason have genetic abnormalities and can't be vegan. I can see how that is possible in the scientific realm, but I think the vast majority of human beings are meant to eat the same low-fat, plant-based diet according to the best science we have. So I think it's nuanced. I don't think it's black and white. I think that veganism is for most people, but I can give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe there are some people that can't digest or live off of plants and need to have some animal products. But do I think that eating those animal products does increase risk? Increase risk. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's human beings who eat meat their whole life and live to be 100. But will it increase risk of heart disease, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, cancer? Yes, meat does that to human beings. We have enough data to show that. So that's what I believe. George Carlin, honestly, I've been into more modern comedians. I haven't looked into George Carlin as much, but all the comedians that I love are into George Carlin, so I should. Can you play any instruments? I can play guitar. All right. Do you take pictures of your tattoos for others? If I save them, I mean, they're on my body. Why don't I have to save them? How big are you? My penis? I'm a 6'2" man. So let's just say my penis is average for a tall man, meaning it is a good penis. And I verified that with the women who have been with me, and it is a nice penis. It's nothing overly spectacular in abnormal size, but I'm a tall, large man, so I was granted with a nice piece down there. What's your opinion of refined sugar? Durian Rider seems to love and pound down the sugar. So I eat refined sugar in my diet once in a while. There are times on this trip where I eat more refined sugar, and there's too much science to show that refined sugar increases some free radicals. It has zero micronutrition. It's dense in calories, low in fiber. It is not a health food. Is it dangerous to eat a little bit of it, assuming you're getting enough fiber and whole plant foods? I think it's fine to have a soda once in a while, to have a piece of vegan cake or cookie. But generally speaking, when you eat a bunch of refined foods, and I've gone through periods on this trip where the cycling is just so hard and I'm in an emotional eating state and I have like 1 or 2 sodas a day, and you get addicted to that high concentrated sugar versus just regular sugar and whole foods. And it's definitely not a good thing to eat a lot of. It's definitely dangerous. It increased risk of cancer. I think Durian Rider's cuckoo when he encourages people to eat refined sugar like that. Pouring it all over your food. Come on, come on. It's so unscientific. Do you like playing basketball or any sports? I love playing all sports. I've never just been like super into it. I'm cool playing it like casually. Maggie, what you eating over there? Come here. Should we get some Maggie in the stream? Should we get some Maggie in the stream? Where's my Maggie? Who's my Maggie baby? Should we go sleepy soon? Holy shit, Sweet Pepper with another $20. What is this? This is incredible. I feel so secure. I feel like I can buy a hotel room in the next few days because you guys have donated. You guys changed my life. I'm gonna cry. I love you. Sweet Pepper, you're the greatest thing ever. Don't get neck tats. You know what, Sweet Pepper? Because you've donated here, I'm gonna wait to get neck tats because of you. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fuck, you guys are nice. Write in the chat if you want me to do another rap about you or if you're good on the rap, but holy shit, you're amazing. Fuck, thank you. And thank you for supporting what I do. Like, what I'm doing out here, guys, is I'm trying to inspire you and the people around me that I meet to follow their passions and dreams. Like, I am a bicycle traveler, vegan YouTuber who tattoos and lives with a dog. Like, my life is so weird, and I've created it because I refuse to settle for less. This is what I wanted to do, so I figured out how to do it. Simple as that. And you can do that too. You just have to learn how to do it. You have to take risks and put yourself out there. Fuck, you guys are awesome, and I hope I inspire you. Wow, love you guys. Oh, Sweet Pepper says, rap for me. Rap for me because she's a sweet baby. She's sweet baby like my Maggie girl. Maggie and I, we love a pepper. You got hot, you got sweet, you got a pepper made of meat. What? There's a pepper made of meat? Yes, it is in the region of Catalonia. You take a deer and you mix it with bologna, and then you plant it in the ground and you get a hound that sniffs the dirt, and it takes a little squirt out of its butt onto the dirt, and then a meat pepper comes out of the ground, and then it goes into a sound, and it goes, wow, wow, I'm a pepper made of meat. Don't eat me if you wanna be healthy, because even though I'm ethical, I'm made of meat, and you don't wanna sleep with a meat pepper in your mouth. It might get into your throat and it makes your coat all over your mucus in your brain, and then you go insane because you got the Sweet Pepper train. A train goes by and it's full of peppers and it's full of the leftovers of the meat pepper life. Thank you so much, Sweet Pepper. Hope you like that fire rhyme. Does Maggie want to play with her ball right now? Is that what my Maggie wants to do? But it's almost midnight here in Honduras, Maggie. You're crazy. You're a crazy girl. You're a crazy girl. Maggie hated wearing her shoes in the beginning, but now she likes it and she runs fast in her shoes sometimes. Views on vegan keto, if it works for you, that's fine. It's just like, fuck. why would you be keto? I love eating a lot of carbohydrates. It feels right. I just I know some people say that keto works for them. It just sounds crazy to me. I love my high carb lifestyle, but if you want to do vegan keto, as long as it's vegan for the animals, I don't care. I'm a true supporter. Yes, everyone, shout out to Sweet Pepper. Give Sweet Pepper good vibes. She literally, he or she is giving Maggie and I. That's 2 hotel rooms that we can buy. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Google sends me about $100 a month for my YouTube videos. And then I have Patreon, and thanks to my Patreon people, but I'm a little scared. My Patreon in the last year has gone from $800 a month to $400. People are dropping off Patreon like crazy. Please go donate $1, $2, $3 per month to my Patreon page if you want me to keep making videos and keep traveling. But with with the little amount of money I make, like my whole business, guys, I'll be transparent. I don't give a fuck. With ethical stock trading and cryptocurrency trading, my YouTube videos, my accountability partner program, all that shit, all the work I do on Instagram, YouTube, everything. When I did my taxes, I made like around $14,000 in the last year, which means I make like $1,000 or a little more sometimes per month. But that's when my Patreon was crazy higher. So this year I'm expected to make even less, maybe 10,000 or less if the way that things are going. It is a little scary to make so little money. But I'm grateful for what I make. It's just I'm sure most of you who are 26 or older and are working make more than that. And I still work really hard on the internet and in my everyday life, even though I don't have a conventional job. So it's hard for me to sometimes justify getting getting hotels and Airbnbs, which means more videos and more interactions and live streams with you guys. But it worries me because I make so little money. So by you guys donating and supporting me here, like it literally is going to allow me to get more Airbnbs and connect with you guys more. So fuck, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the twig on that lady's arm is one of my most fire tattoos I've done, for sure. Yes, Charles, I'm 6'2". Fucking troll saying veganism's a dead-end road. Bullshit. George Carlin's the greatest comedian ever. Yeah, I should really look him up. When I was doing the fruit sugar diet, I wasn't feeling good at all. Kept trying to eat more energy. I wasn't heavier, but I was super bloated. Okay, then do vegan keto or whatever you need to do. Sweet Pepper is a champ. We love Sweet Pepper. Yeah, low stress, eat more fat, do whatever it takes. The animals don't care as long as it's vegan. Yeah, vegan keto is a no-go unless you have health issues. That seems true. We gotta eat our carbohydrates. Yes, this guy is still vegan. I'm vegan as fuck. Nice soy titties. I don't even eat a lot of I eat a lot of soy, and my nipples are very small. What are you even talking about? But I got nice hard boobs. That's all muscle right there, baby. See the striations? So I do push-ups and handstands. Your thoughts on white tattoos or IV ink? White tattoos, you're not going to see it very well. It's going to fade easier. And the glow-in-the-dark ink, it's going to fade easier as well. I'm into thick black tattoos because that's what's going to last the longest. People don't know. Tattoos fade like crazy. To a certain extent, they're there forever, but in 20 years, they're going to look like shit unless it's thick black lines, to be honest. Sweet pepper's the shit. Oh, Siren says I have beautiful titties. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, that's all the questions. I've answered them all. I got to go to bed. It's almost midnight, and Maggie and I are biking into Nicaragua tomorrow. Can you believe it? We're getting to Nicaragua tomorrow. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Go check out my videos. If you want to come hang out with me this summer, go to plantriotic.com shop page and check out my retreat information. If you want to do Banana Island with me online, where we meet on Skype every single night as a group and do Banana Island together for 7 days, that is also on the shop page of plantriotic.com, and it's all there for you. I love you guys. Go follow me on Instagram, please. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Too many people aren't subscribed. I looked at my analytics, and like 60% of the people who consistently watch my videos aren't subscribed. Click that subscribe button, please. It helps a lot to get the Plantriotic message out there. Did you know that the men can lactate under the right conditions? No fucking way. Are you serious? How far are you going on your tour? I am biking to Tierra del Fuego, all the way to the tip of South America, and I started up in Alaska. Badass shit. Your shoulders and body comparison, by the way, very vegan. It's because I fucking bike all day and I'm depleted. When I was lifting weights, I had thick traps. It's such a bullshit thing that these carnivores are saying vegans have little shoulders. It's just because they don't lift. Thanks for the live stream. No, of course. Good night. All right. I love you guys. Peace out. Thank you so much. Go watch my videos. I got a vlog dropping tomorrow morning. Love you guys. Peace.